There have been some leaked documents that have come out. English, not good. But there's been leaked documents that have come out about the UK government wargaming an emergency plan for at least week-long blackouts. So, I mean, if you're paying attention with anything that's going on in Europe, you know they are in a extreme energy crisis that's just destroying pretty much the entire place over there. And so the government is getting ready to, or wargaming emergency plans for blackouts. Now, we have talked about how they've done studies and simulations on what would happen. And we know in some districts over there, I mean, within the first, 48 or 72 hours, something like that, a lot of people will die. A lot of things will go offline. Everything is going to start shutting down. Well, it looks like they are getting prepared for this. Now, this, but basically what they were wargaming, what they're simulating, what they were trying to, quote unquote, prepare for, because they know it's coming. They're the ones that are planning all of it. But it's going to affect transport, food, water, communications, and of course the energy. Everything is going to halt, and so they're preparing for how the government will provide these things. This is when you start looking into, like, you know, what we've got with FEMA over here. They're going to start preparing to do all that stuff over there. It never ends well for the citizens. We've got to be careful on YouTube, but we know they don't want so many people. There's no other way to say it without getting in trouble, but they don't want so many people, so it doesn't surprise us that this is going to happen. The Whitehall officials, the ones involved with this, held a number of exercises titled Program Yarrow, Yarrow, Program Yarrow. They're basically preparing for a colder than normal winter. They're preparing for the blackouts to happen because of the energy issues, all of that stuff. And of course, in the document, they are blaming Putin for these energy problems, because it's Putin's oil and it's Putin's energy problems, and it's all because of him. It has nothing to do with the fact of them placing sanctions on Russia that have done nothing but kill their own economy, kill their own energy supply, all of that stuff. But as we know, this is controlled. That's what they want to do. These sanctions were not to take down Russia. These sanctions were to take down Europe. That's just how it's rolling. So they're doing all this. They're blaming Putin for it. And in the document, in the leaked documents, you'll even find that they have even prepared scripts for BBC News to read in the event of these blackouts when they occur. They mentioned rolling blackouts, but I'm sure it'll be for regular blackouts too. These scripts are prepared for not only just the regular news, so when they have planned rolling blackouts, they'll be reading these scripts that the government has provided for them, but they've also got them for FM radio, so when just regular blackouts happen, the unplanned kind, anybody who has an FM radio will be able to read these carefully crafted scripts for BBC News to give you. This kind of goes back to, like, you know, the Mockingbird, Project Mockingbird, all of that stuff, where it's the government is feeding the mainstream news, getting the correct, the right things out there that they want people to understand. So,
hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about trouble and trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is falling exactly in line with what they want to do with that. Of course, These documents not supposed to be public knowledge, or are they? I don't know. Usually when we see things like this, there's a reason why they're coming out. But basically, they're talking about how because of Putin, the supply issues, the cost of living, everything like that, they don't want it to be public knowledge because people will start panicking and doing all that. Well, what's the saying is if you have a scared cow, it produces bad milk. So you kind of look at it like if the populace becomes scared, they start producing bad milk. So whether they wanted it to get out now or later, we don't know. The thing right now, and you'll find this being pushed in the mainstream media, is if the mainstream media is even talking about this, but what I have seen is they're talking about how, oh, it's not going to be that bad of a winter. They've got like 90% of their oil supply filled, their capacity. And October was actually warmer than average. Well, if you peel back the layers of the mainstream media and you look further into it, you will see that yes, October was a bit normal or a bit warmer than normal, but this winter is supposed to be much colder than average. So it's going to get bad over there. It's already terrible, but it's going to get a lot worse.